We are talking with David. David, you're with Allworth Money Matters.
Hey, Scott and Pat, how you doing?
Fantastic.
That's good. I have a question. I have an annuity, and it's worth about $235,000, and the cost basis was $25,000.
You've had this 30 years or so?
Yeah, I think it was from the 90s, maybe.
Okay. Well, look, back then, I mean, I think of a client who's actually got something similar to this, because back then, when capital gain tax rates were equivalent to the income tax rates, they made more sense, tax-deferred annuities, than they make today. So continue on. So you have this annuity, $235,000 with almost 100% of it's taxable.
Yeah, and I just want to know I really don't want to annuitize it, and I just want to know what my options were.
What's this look like as a percentage of your overall investment assets?
Probably about 3%.
So your investment assets are, just based on that math, 8-9 million?
Yep.
And how old are you, David?
69. Married. About half in 401 and half in brokerage accounts.
This is interesting.
And if you and your wife were to both pass away today, whether your trust's up to date or not, where would you like all your dollars to go?
To 2 kids.
Any charities in there?
No.
Okay. And the reason if you said 3% to charity, we'd say this is the perfect vehicle for it, because you could pass that on to a charity. They would avoid all that income tax on that, but that's not the case.
But you did the IRA before that.
That's fair.
Even though it's de minimis because it's 25 versus 235,000.
So this will be either you're going to pay the tax or your kids are going to pay the tax on this.
Okay, so when they inherited it, the cost basis doesn't recalibrate?
That's correct.
It does not receive a step-up basis.
And why don't you want to annuitize it?
Why would he want to annuitize it now? He's got the required minimum distributions that are going to be kicking in here in a few years.
5 years, so why wouldn't you annuitize it now over a 5-year period? What's your income like?
Dividends and Social Security.
Yeah.
What is your tax? What's your adjusted gross income?
About 200,000.
And what is the income for your children? Ballpark.
My daughter probably makes about 200,000. My son, a lot less.
Are you doing any Roth conversions?
No, I haven't, because I had some deferred income after I retired.
In a non-qualified deferred compensation?
Yeah.
And is that run out?
Yeah.
When did it run out?
Last year.
Are you considering Roth conversions this year?
I haven't.
So the question, Pat, is like, what are we better off deferring?
Right?
The tax-deferred annuity or the IRA?
Oh, I would.
What state do you live in?
Florida.
And what about your children? Where do they live?
Pennsylvania and Maryland.
Okay. Wow. So there's some...
They have state income. I don't know what the tax is, but I know both those states are taxable. They have state income tax there. In Florida, you do not.
Are you giving any money to charity?
We're thinking about, we haven't yet, but we're thinking about, donating, leaving some.
Scott, can you gift an annuity to a donor advised fund?
I don't know.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. I don't know.
Well, we would take a special donor advice fund that would permit that.
That's right.
I'm not sure. Here's one of these. We don't know everything at the top of our head.
So if I gave that to charity, nobody would pay taxes.
At death. Not during your life.
Death. Yeah, at death.
At death.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, could he transfer it to... here are your options. You can ignore it, let it continue to grow. So if it grew 10x in the last 30 years, maybe in the next 25, 30 years, it's going to go another 10x, right? Who knows? But let's assume it's maybe it could be worth $1 million, $2 million down the road by the time both you and your wife pass on, which is going to be all taxable as ordinary income. But if you withdrew our issue is if you withdrew the money now, you're going to have to put it in something taxable. And secondly, you've got roughly $4 million, it sounds like, in qualified 401k type assets that you're going to have required minimum distributions on. So,
yeah, you called us with the wrong question.
Right? Because you've got is it 74, I believe, is when your required minimum distributions kick in for you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 73, yeah.
Okay. So, and you're going to have to take out roughly 4%.
So $160,000 a year. So, first of all, I looked it up. You cannot donate a commercial annuity to a donor advised fund. So here's what I would ignore the annuity.
I would just keep letting it grow tax deferred.
What kind of annuity what's the name of the company it's in?
It's through Fidelity.
Okay. And it's a variable annuity, I'm assuming, based on the growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's pretty low cost. They have some very low cost annuities out there. So
I would start on the Roth conversions right now. And I'd start and I would consider gifting. Do you have a lot of money in cash or bonds?
A fair amount.
You're not spending this money in your lifetime.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you're not. You haven't. If you planned on spending it in your lifetime, you're not doing a very good job of it.
When did you retire, David?
7 years ago.
Okay, it's been a while.
And do you have any highly concentrated stock positions
Uh,
in your brokerage account
yeah, we
from the company?
Lily.
Do you have any highly concentrated stock positions from the company you retired from?
Oh, no.
Okay.
There's a lot of planning opportunities here, but a lot of it comes down to what is your ultimate objective with these dollars? And it's not that uncommon, right? So I imagine you and your wife, when you were first married, you didn't have two nickels to rub together. You worked your tail off. You grew in the organization. And here you are.
It's our second marriage, so we're...
Okay, well then my story's completely wrong.
Well, you should start Roth conversions.
Do you have children from from previous marriages?
I have two, and she doesn't have any.
Okay.
And do you have a life estate set for her in terms of a trust?
Well, right now we have it. If I pass, my kids get half, and she gets half of mine. Because we have about equal estates.
Okay.
So.
All right. I mean, the reason we're asking is because sometimes we see kids get disinherited by accident, and
So I would ignore this annuity, and I'd start on Roth conversion.
I would do some Roth conversions, and I would do some planning to see where this estate looks 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, and I mean, you can't just let the estate continue to grow and grow and grow, and then your kids get this massive inheritance upon your death. Or you can do something else.
Yeah, but we're going to, probably, once it grows, we're going to donate, have some donated, and that's how much I need, really.
Yeah, or gift to your children.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would ignore the annuity.
I would ignore it too.
And then start on the Roth conversion. I'd start
because you've got that thing.
You've got this
that
window.
$4 million is going to have required minimum distributions. It won't be ever fully distributed in your lifetime because the way the formula works, the denominator keeps getting, it adds a little to it each year you live, subtracting a year. But that you're always going to have that required minimum distribution issue during your lifetime, and it'll continue on after you pass away, for that matter.
Yeah.
But this annuity, we don't have to deal with it until your death. And let's assume you left that annuity to your kids and you died today. They each can make an option on how they want to receive that, either in a lump sum, have it paid out over 5 years, have it paid out over 10 years, and then it's only taxable to them in the year in which they receive that distribution. So they do have that opportunity to spread it out. But given everything else you have, they would have that along with this massive IRA that they're going to have to distribute in 10 years.
Yeah. So would you put, would you put the annuity and 100% equities. I
Oh
guess?
yeah. 100%.
Okay.
I wouldn't think anything other than that. But right now, we appreciate the call, but the Roth conversions, you've got this window. I mean, we can deal with this annuity in 5 or 6 years, but what you don't want to do is actually use up any of those tax brackets for an annuitization here.
Particularly in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I mean, your kids, because of the states they live in, assuming they live in the states when you die, are so much better off inheriting a Roth IRA than they are a regular IRA.
Because you have an
Then
opportunity.
I'll have to get rid of it in 10 years, or
Well, yeah, but they have to pay taxes on the state in which they live, not in the state in which you lived. So because you're in Florida, there's no state income tax, right? So think about this. In Pennsylvania, I think the tax rates in Pennsylvania are relatively high. Let's say it's 9 or 10%, right? Every dollar that you convert to a Roth, right?
It's a flat tax rate of 3.07 according to
Where, in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, for individuals.
Oh, okay.
I'm moving. I'm in California.
But still, it's a 3%. It's over a 3% savings for every dollar you convert to Roth in Florida versus the state of Pennsylvania, where they inherit it and have to take the money out. So if we did a timeline over the next 30 years and said, okay, when David
they do
dies,
have an inheritance. They have an inheritance tax, Pennsylvania.
Is that if you die in the state of Pennsylvania, you receive it in the state of Pennsylvania?
I'm not an expert on Pennsylvania.
So the idea being is that you're in a zero cost state income, and every dollar that you take out and convert now it saves them whatever the marginal tax rate is in the particular state in which they live and inherit the money.
okay.
So if we were to draw a timeline over 30 years and say, we want to keep as much of this money as possible and less to the tax man, you would say, well, Roth conversion absolutely makes sense. And then after that, we can deal with the, until you start required minimum distributions. I'd kick this annuity down the
Indefinitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
And how is Florida? I read an article last week that people are actually moving out of Florida.
Who's moving out of Florida?
People
Based on the weather?
The hurricanes, and it's pretty
Insurance?
expensive to live here.
Yeah, that's what they said.
And the politics and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, we don't have any political problems out here in California,
No.
fortunately.
No. Appreciate the call.
We don't have
David.
a governor running for president.